Hey y'all, it is March the 20th, 2018. Y'all, I wanted to holler at y'all about some stuff real quick. And yes, it does pertain to the Donalds. All right, many people probably saw this rally speech, whatever it was that he gave yesterday. I'm sure a lot of people didn't see it. Go ahead and check it out if you want. All right, I want to start off by saying there's people who hate Donald Trump's guts, obviously. All right, they don't know why, but they do. And they do it with all their vigor. They do it every second of the day for whatever reason. I'm not preaching to them out there. They're very lost people, all right, and it's terrible. But however, I do have to speak out. The thing is, there's a lot of people that think, oh man, it's the Trump supporters, oh, you like Trump, that means you'll follow Trump to the grave, all and this and that. Hell no. Absolutely not. In fact, there's most people who might back Trump who are very quick, like myself, to call him out on absolute retardation. And that is exactly what I saw yesterday at his rally. All right, so for the people who do know or who don't know, the rally had a lot to do with the opioid crisis. I believe it was in New Hampshire that he was doing it. Had a lot to do with the opioid crisis. And certainly there is an opioid crisis. I'm not denying that. And certainly there is a huge drug problem in America. That's obvious. All right, it's been obvious for decades. All right, so he was addressing that. And God bless him for addressing that. But however, he carried on in such a way that I could not even believe it, what I was seeing, right? It was so retarded that it couldn't hardly get more retarded, all right? If he came out with a hat with the damn pinwheel on the top, it couldn't get very much more retarded. If he had slipped on a damn banana peel while walking on the stage, it couldn't have gotten much more retarded, all right? I want y'all to understand, I guess, just to start off at the beginning, Donald Trump got elected to be the president. All right. The reason, if you ask most people in the country why he got elected, is because he's a businessman. Now, there's a lot of things that he's done that's been very business savvy. All right. There's been a lot of stuff that has not been so business savvy. All right. Trump haters, that's the problem with Trump haters, is they wouldn't know up from down. They don't know any better. All right, all they know is hate Trump. They don't know how to analyze what the hell he's doing. And I've said it before many times. He's playing some sort of 3D, 4D, 5D chess, and dude, what he says on face value isn't exactly what he means. All right, and I don't care if you like him or don't like him. That is the case. All right. That being said, you still had to call him out on face value of the things that he says. Like I said, completely, utterly drowning in, seeping with retardation. Right? He gets up and talks about the opioid crisis and stuff like this. Mind you, he talked about many different things that he feels about it, and maybe a sentence or two I actually could support, like in a sense, like he wasn't just talking about street drug dealers. He was talking about doctors, and of course doctors are like the main cause of freaking people dying. All right, if you ever heard of malpractice, yeah, it happens a lot. All right, so he did bring that up. That was the sentence and a half that I did appreciate. The rest of it I did not appreciate in the slightest. Like I said, a businessman, right, up there talking about, oh man, maybe we need to get the death penalty for some people, maybe blah blah blah. We need to make even more harsher punishments. Check this out: the punishments for a lot of these drugs have been extremely harsh for a while. All right, so I don't know how much more harsh you can get besides chopping off everybody's hands and their heads. I really don't know. I really don't know. But here's the thing. All right, let's start at the beginning. Like I said, he's a businessman. All right. So how about we just start at the basics, the fundamentals of business, all right? If you were ever in business, or if you were ever in elementary school, what they taught you about business was there's such a thing called supply and demand. All right, have you ever heard of that? Supply and demand. The trick behind that is without a demand, there is no supply. You can't pull it off. You can't supply people with things that they don't want. All right, you're gonna go broke. You're gonna go broke real quick. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. Uh, and let's just keep it real. I mean, if we're talking about epidemics, pandemics, or whatever, people are dying all over the place, especially here in San Antonio. They're getting their legs chopped off all over the place, called diabetes. Right? Not only is it from what they eat, but it's from how much that they eat. It's a lot of it. All right. So think about this. If you had a taco restaurant, all right, you had a taco restaurant, and then everybody in San Antonio decided, we don't want those. We don't even want them no more. Your taco joint would close the hell up, dude. You would not have to create more laws against taco joints or anything like that. You wouldn't have to create any laws. Do you follow where I'm going? Right? The problem is the demand. It is not the supply. All right. If people decided tomorrow that they did not no longer want fentanyl, they did not no longer want opioids or whatever other drug, guess what? Drug dealers would be shit out of luck. All right. They would have all sort of drugs and no money because that's how it works. This is the very first thing that you learn about business. And supposedly a businessman has no clue about it. No clue. Right. Talking about, oh, we need more harsher punishments. It doesn't matter. People want the drugs. Is that a travesty? Yeah, it is. But everything is drugs. These tacos out here are a drug. Right? People getting diabetes off it. People getting their legs chopped off, this, that, and the other. Does not matter. They will do it. All right. You sincerely need to attack the demand. All right. And let me just clue you in on something, man. I don't go out and do these opioids. I'm not out here doing the smack, the crack, and the dabble and the dibbles and all whatever else. I don't care for it. But you got to understand, there's people out there who want it. Right. And if you're not trying to understand why that is, then you need to hang it up. All right, they want it. All right, let me clue you in. It's called social disorder. It's called people out here, they feel like, oh man, this world ain't for us, man. And it's just like everybody, like some people feel like the odds are against them, believe it or not. All right, and they'll try anything and everything to just feel good. Anything. All right, to the point where they are smoking on crack and this and that and opioids, all sort of things. All right, because they feel in such a bad way that that's what they resort to. All sort of social disorder. They can't go to their families, talk about nothing. You understand? So that is exactly what is taking place. You can increase all the laws and legislation you want. People are still going to want it. Why? Because they feel so desperate. They're in despair. That's why they're doing it. I don't know if I'm cracking an egg of knowledge on y'all. I don't know if I'm cracking an egg of knowledge on Donald Trump. All right. But I'm here to tell him about business. It's called supply and demand. Like the drugs will still be brought in irregardless of your damn laws or whatever. Thing is, I don't know if Trump's just blowing smoke up people's asses or what. I don't know what he's doing. I couldn't tell you, but it was completely retarded. Completely and totally retarded. He couldn't have proved my point any harder himself. Right? He had two parents come up, two slack-jawed yokels, two completely over-the-top in love with retardation pieces of garbage. He had them come up on the stage, talk about their son and how his life got ruined and ended by fentanyl. All right? But the thing is, he couldn't have proved my point any harder himself. All right, the damn parents came up and were like, "Wow, our boy was a good boy. He was so smart." It doesn't even matter that he was smart. He lost his life. Are you telling me that it's worse that he lost his life because he was so smart? So a dumb person losing their life, that doesn't mean nothing. It's like, dude, y'all say some sort of, y'all say some, y'all are so completely, utterly just swimming in your own filth. All right, oh, our boy was so smart. Oh, he was so good and everything. And then they went actually out of their way to tell you he actually had a degree. A degree in what? Actuary science. I know it's a big word. What it means is risk management. He had a degree in it. Do you understand? He had a degree. He went to college for it for years. And yet and still he still picked up that fentanyl that was in his parents' cabinet, no less. In his parents' cabinet. And meanwhile, they're trying to shirk off all sort of responsibility. Oh, we're good. Oh, our son's good. Oh, nothing's wrong with us. Oh, you for real? Yeah, I'm sure there was no context to him picking up that fentanyl and taking it for no reason. I'm sure there was no context to it. He had a degree in actuary science, risk management. All right. Donald Trump's up there talking about we need to create harsh commercials, and our commercials going to stop children. They're going to stop children from taking the drugs and the fentanyl and the opioid crisis. If we create some ugly, nasty commercials, it's going to work. All right. So, just so Donald knows, there's been those kind of commercials about cigarettes for years and years and years and years. You can, if you turn on MTV, you're gonna notice it nonstop. Actually, they don't ever stop with the cigarette commercials, right? Showing you ugly pictures and ugly videos, things of that nature. All right. Do you think it stopped or it slowed down cigarette production? No, it didn't. Not even close. If anything, it's a commercial for the cigarettes. It just reminds people to smoke cigarettes. Am I a crazy person? Or is that exactly what's happening? Am I a crazy person? Or does everybody in construction on a construction site smoke cigarettes? Does everybody who lives in Big Spring, Texas smoke cigarettes? Or am I crazy? All right, the commercials do nothing. All right, you have this boy's parents. Boy lost his life. God bless him. Lost his life. He had a degree in risk management. So how do you expect children to all of a sudden get smart because of your damn commercials? Children ain't even hardly watching television anymore, anyways. They're all on the internet. I don't know if anybody told you about that. Right? They don't. These children don't have a damn degree in actuary science. All right, they will take the drugs if they find them. They will find them, and everybody. I mean, basically, it was a display of just how retarded things can get. All right, it was absolutely amazing. I was amazed by it. All right. Meanwhile, at the same time, you have a Jeff Sessions. God bless him. I don't know what he does all day. I really don't. I'm sure it's a lot of things. He won't shut the hell up about marijuana. And you understand that Donald Trump really wasn't talking about that. He was just saying all drugs. He was just saying all drugs. All right. It doesn't matter that Donald Trump's sucking down Diet Cokes like nobody's business and this and that, and eating McDonald's he's even a good example. He's not. Doesn't matter. He said all drugs. Well, Donald, I got news for you. Everything is drugs. You are tripping. You are a retard. Right? You need to clean up your act. Right? You're slipping. You're tripping. All the people who hate your guts, they're actually applauding you for this, probably. And it's mind numbing. It's sickening. Balls deep up in the tribulation. By the way, it's March the 20th. 2018, and y'all holler at me in the comments and stuff. I'll holler at y'all later.